Yo, this is Midnight Lunatic. What up? And you are listening to the Midnight Lounge. Bringing you back. Available everywhere podcasts are available. Welcome, Midnight Crew. Let's go. Right now, sit back, relax. This is Midnight Lunatics. Let's go, Midnight Lounge, and enjoy the show. Let's go, Midnight Crew. What is going on, Midnight Crew, and welcome back for another episode of the Midnight Lounge. We are back for episode number 2. How exciting is that? Episode 2 already. Dang, where's the time go? You know, it feels like just the other day I announced the new name, the new look, had the first episode just put out there. Man, dang, it's crazy. It's a crazy time. Hey, but listen, before we get started, I just want to let you know, if you don't know already, that my shop, the Midnight Crew shop, has new designs in it. Go check it out. Definitely one of my favorite designs that I have on that store right now. I definitely want to get me a little bit more merch because it's just amazing. I definitely love those designs. Still got the 50% off as of right now, so go ahead and go check it out before that 50% expires, guys. You got like one more week left, so go ahead and get what you guys can in the last week. Here we go. Definitely going to keep you guys updated if anything does change. Definitely going to keep you updated with promo codes as they come along. So stay tuned for that. If you do miss the opportunity to get something now, stay tuned in the future because I'll let you guys know when there's another sale. But let's get back to business here. Today, we are going to be talking about Elon Musk because there is a lot going on with Elon right now. And I think it's really interesting because the thing that we're going to talk about today is Twitter. Right? Twitter is something that I use almost daily, right? It's one of my many social media platforms that I actually use on a daily, purpose, right? I go on Twitter a lot for not only just my pleasure, but like to keep up with my sport teams, to check out like what's good in sports, entertainment, things like that, right? Just all around, just trying to catch up with everything that I might have missed throughout the day. So it's definitely one of those platforms where I'm able to just get everything all in one instead of having to jump around different platforms and trying to figure out, well, this and this. It's all right there, right? It's on my page. So the thing is with Elon Musk, right? He has tried to buy Twitter and is in the process of buying Twitter. Now, Twitter agreed to be taken over at $54.20 a share. That's a 38% premium over the share price before it was revealed that Elon was buying the company stock, right? Now, Here's where it gets interesting because Elon said that he was going to buy Twitter for roughly about $44 billion, right? $44 billion. This guy has just $44 billion just laying around just to buy Twitter. Like, okay, now this is where I found things interesting because there's a lot of speculations about that, right? Me being a Twitter user, I don't like the news that I've been hearing about it. Now, for those that haven't heard or maybe you don't use Twitter at all, with Elon buying Twitter, there are speculations that when he does take over, he will start charging people per tweet in order to gain revenue from Twitter. Now, I find this absolutely just trash, horrible, a bad move, right? Look, if you're going to put $44 billion into a company, why are you going to pretty much let it just die as soon as you take over, right? Because me personally, I'm not gonna pay for my tweets, right? I'm not gonna tweet anything if it costs me money. It shouldn't cost money to post something on a social media platform that is public for everyone to see, right? Now, if it was one of those like premium like forum pages, like I don't even know what you would call it. Like if it was like a premium like membership type thing, I guess, whatever. But it's available to the public. It's a social media platform that is available to the public. Why are you going to charge? You know how many tweets happen on a daily basis? Like within the hour, how many tweets go out on Twitter from just like millions of accounts? Now I get on paper that all adds up dollar signs in his head, right? That's all like just ka-ching in his head, right? That's all he's thinking about. But for us daily users, that's going to impact Twitter altogether. Like that's going to really bring down the value and just like the user friendliness of the app. Like if that happens, I don't think I'm going to be using Twitter anymore, because I'm not going to do it. Now, he pretty much wants to buy it for freedom of speech, right? The free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters virtual to the virtual of humanity are debated. That's what Elon Musk said in a statement whenever he announced the deal. Now, Twitter has already agreed to buying, for buying out for the $44 billion. Now, everything's not set in stone just yet. So I kind of hope that the speculations of him, whenever he does buy it, if he still does, because a lot of things can still happen between now and when the deal is finalized. There's potential ways that the deal can knock out, that it won't go through. So there's a lot of things that can happen. But if it does happen and it goes in a direction where a lot of people are suspecting it to go, I don't think Twitter is going to be around for the long run. And it's kind of sad, because Twitter's been around for a while. And I personally enjoy Twitter more than any social media platform, because there's not like this limit on what you can do on there. I mean, there's a limit, but there's not a limit to like how Facebook and Instagram is ran, right? Where you can only do so much. You can only post so much and say so much. Whereas on Twitter, you have like this freedom of speech where you can say things to a certain extent. And I don't know, I like that concept. And I like the fact that like you can build this feed surrounding by things of your interest, topics of your interest. You can build on that, right? And that's why I like Twitter so much, is because I'm able to get what I like personally and put it all in a timeline for me to keep with updates on what is going on with set things, right? Whether that's professional players, NFL, baseball, hockey, whatever the case might be, right? Movie actors, actresses, TV shows, things like that. I can all it's all right there. It's all in the freedom of my hand, just to keep up with everything that's going on, all on the same page. I don't have to go out and, manually search for everything. I can just look at everything from my page, scroll and keep scrolling. I can like and retweet. And I love it. I love Twitter for that. And that's something I don't really get from anything else, from any other social media apps. And so I hope that if it does happen, that Elon Musk isn't going to take the cheap route and charge people for tweets, because that is only going to hurt the business of Twitter in the long run, and it is going to have an effect on the way his finance situation is going to look, right? I get that he wants to make his money back and then some from this buyout, but I don't think that the freedom of speech of what he's going for is worth that $44 billion. Now, don't get me wrong, Elon Musk has been doing incredible things. I mean, he introduced the Tesla to the world. And for a while, I was actually in love with Teslas. You know, I was like, man, like I would love to own a Tesla. But now as more car companies are starting to take that electric type of vehicle out on display for the world, there's a lot of other companies that I personally like better than Teslas now. Now, Teslas have some really cool features, but at the same time, I've been seeing a lot of just negative feedback from Tesla users, such as like cars being locked out while they're driving on the road, right? They can't access anything. Like the vehicle kind of just deactivates itself while it's driving on a freeway, on a road. That the charger ports, they don't work the way they're supposed to. Sometimes they even lock themselves out of the locking stations. I mean, there's a lot of like different problems, right? And so that kind of makes me a little bit iffy on if Elon has too much control, right? And that's something that I fear that is going to happen with Twitter, right? He's going to become in control of Twitter to the point where he's going to be able to do whatever he wants to the platform. And I don't think that it's going to be a positive thing. I think it's going to be a negative thing. And I hope that it's not the case. I mean, I love Twitter. I like Elon. I like what he does. I like, you know, his business aspect of things, making, you know, these cool, brilliant ideas and sharing them. But his way of doing it, you know, that's a little iffy. That's something that maybe some people will like, maybe some people won't like. For me, I'm on the side of where I don't think I would like it. Now, another thing that Elon is in the concept of doing and has been in talks for a while now, but is not announced. It doesn't have a price. It doesn't have a launch date. It doesn't have anything. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. Probably not. So I'm glad I can share with you guys this news right here. If you guys know about the Tesla, there is going to be a Tesla Pi phone that is in talks right now. Now, the price, the launch date, and everything, you know, it hasn't been announced publicly. It's kind of like in this like stage where it's in the talks of being developed. There's prototypes, but it is not official, right? Nothing is official just yet. So the phone is going to be like this super phone, right? It's going to be like this supernatural device that like has so much more than what a modern phone does today, right? It's going to have all these like features that we didn't even think that were going to be possible on a phone. Like, it is going to be crazy. Now, experts have been saying that Tesla's first smartphone, it could launch in late 2023 or early 2024. Now, we still got some ways to go, and there's still a lot that can happen between now and then. And I'm pretty sure the price, because it hasn't been determined on the price. I'm pretty certain that this phone is going to be worth a lot. Like, I'm telling you, selling price, I guarantee is going to be close to 3, 4, maybe even 5,000, right? Because this phone, when I tell you the features that this phone has, you guys are going to be like, what in the world? Like, this thing you would think is something that like is military grade with some of the things that it can do. Now, I'm going to share with you just a little bit of what the phone is going to have, right? What features this device is speculated to have. So, well, the phone is going to be integrated with the company's cars, right? So you'll be able to fully function the car, such as like the temperature. If you don't want the temperature a certain way, you want it up and down, you can actually control the temperature from the phone. I don't know why, because if you're sitting in the car, you have the functions right in front of you. So I don't necessarily know if that is going to be a useful feature, but nonetheless, it's still a cool feature to have on a phone. You're able to control, various functions of the car, right? And in addition to the phone, it will have built-in access to Starlink. Now, this will allow people to surf the web without relying on Earth-based networks, right? It's going to be using the Starlink and SpaceX satellites to provide high-speed internet, right? So I think that's pretty cool. You're going to be getting internet in places that modern internet won't allow you to get access to. So that's going to be awesome. That's awesome news right there. Everyone wants that high speed. Everyone wants the service where they're able to get it anywhere, right? If you're like in the mountains somewhere, and let's say you had a flat tire, on a modern day cell phone, you might not get service. But with this phone, you will still have service because it is running on the Starlink and SpaceX satellites, and not on the modern day telecom satellites that are keeping our modern day phones consistently running. Now, it is also going to be compatible with Neuralink. Now, this is where it gets kind of scary for those that are afraid of technology becoming the future and controlling, the kind of like the Wall-E concept from Disney. How technology took over the human race, and everyone's so obsessed with technology and they become fat and they can't do nothing. They're in chairs. Now, this is kind of where I think is a little bit scary, because Neuralink, if you guys have not heard of this, it is a technology that would allow users to control devices with their thoughts through chips that would be implanted in the human brain, right? So this phone will be compatible with the Neuralink, and that Neuralink is a chip that is implanted in human brains, kind of like if you were to have a VR headset. It's kind of like having a computer in your head, right? Where this chip would be able to take your thoughts, your feelings, your memories, and what you see, and pretty much save it in like this cloud platform, right? And the phone would be able to actually take those memories and what you see and those thoughts and let you see it on your phone. Now, I don't know how that's going to work, and I'm kind of curious on how that would work. But at the same time, like, if you really think about it, like that's pretty scary, right? I can only imagine if one of the chips was to malfunction, if it was to, explode, right? Because technology does that. In modern phones, there are chips inside that malfunction occasionally that, will... There was a time where Galaxy, I don't remember what phone it was, a Samsung phone that would blow up in people's pockets or whenever, right? They would just kind of just... and then just smoke up and just kind of, fall apart. What if that was to happen? That's human brains it's infecting. And what happens if that chip gets too old? There needs to be a software update. There needs to be some type of like chip, software, hardware, whatever you want to call it, update. How would that even be done? Right? And will it affect the human brain as of right now? Will it unlock more abilities of the brain? Will you be able to use more of your brain? Or would it actually destroy your brain over time? See, that's something that no one knows for sure, right? People want to say that it's safe. All these experts, oh, it's safe. But do you really know? Right? Because it's not tested. No, as far as I know, it's not tested. So how can you say that it's a safe procedure and that it's even gonna work? Right? There needs to be some type of further research done before this is even possible. But then again, if you're all for technology, I guess this is the phone of the future, right? I mean, not only can you control features of the car, that's another thing too. Going back to the car thing, right? Now, from what I can speculate is it's only going to let you do it through the Teslas. Now, I don't think if you had any other electric vehicle, it's going to give you the same abilities as if you were to be driving an actual Tesla car. So for anyone that does get another brand of electric vehicle, I don't think you'll be getting any of the features, unfortunately, that the phone will give you. The Neuralink thing, that's another thing too. You're gonna have to have like a surgery type procedure to get the chip implemented into your brain, and that's something that I'm pretty sure is going to be expensive. So you're not only paying for this, $5,000. I'm just gonna say $5,000 phone. You're possibly paying for a $10,000 procedure, and then if you're wanting the whole package, you gotta buy a car, right? So that's like another $80,000. I'm just gonna guess the price of a Tesla car, $80,000. Maybe it's a little bit less. I don't know, but that's like $100,000 right there, like on an estimate, right? Like who has that type of money besides business owners and entrepreneurs and like us modern day people, middle class, lower class people? We don't have that type of money to be messing around with technology like that, right? We have responsibilities. We got bills. We got, kids. We got, some of us have kids, pets, food, water, things like that. Like regular modern day responsibilities, right? We don't have just money sitting around just to put it all on technology. So it's kind of concerning, but at the same time, kind of exciting, because if they're planning on doing this on a phone, this is just a phone. What other ideas are there going to be in the future, right? Now, this is not Elon Musk related at all. This is not Tesla related, but I have seen, just speaking on like future of technology here, and I want to get into this later in a future episode of the future of technology. But I saw prototypes of a TV screen that was foldable, right? It was like this sheet, this really thin, kind of like how would I explain it? Kind of like not paper thin, but kind of like a good comparison size would be like a mouse pad and the flexibility of a mouse pad. So if you have a mouse pad, take your mouse pad, put it, in the shape of a TV, right? Imagine it, giant size TV size, right? And put it on a wall. And you're able to fold this TV, and you're able to do whatever shapes you want. You can put it in a cylinder if you wanted to. I don't know why you would do that, but you can put it in a cylinder, put it flat. There weird things you can do with this TV. I don't remember where I saw it, but there was a prototype of it, and I was like, that looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't think it's going to be very dependable, because I have a feeling that if you were to bend it enough, the pixels in it would probably break, right? And there goes your entire $40,000 TV. I'm just throwing prices out here. That's not the actual price. I'm just saying, like, technology is only going to go so much more advanced than what they're planning on this phone. Now, another thing about this phone is it's going to be able and now this is the most craziest thing. It's going to have connection to Mars. I'm going to say that again. It's going to have connection to Mars. Now, there are many reports suggesting that this new phone could work on Mars using the Starlink connectivity, right? Now, this is where I kind of like, why Mars? Are they planning something on the Mars? What's happening that they chose Mars? They could have said the moon, right? They could have said anywhere else, right? But they chose Mars out of like all of them, right? So that kind of makes me wonder, what are they planning that they specifically chose Mars? And why and how are you going to be connected to Mars? Right? Are you going to have people sent out to Mars? Like, why would, you know what I'm saying? Like, it does not really make sense. But then again, hey man, if you want to go to Mars and you worried about cell phone service, hey, look no further, because the Tesla Pi phone got you. That's all I'm saying. Now, look, Elon, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to be innovative. You know, we appreciate that. But are we ready for that? Do we really need that? You know, this is a good idea in theory. In theory, it sounds cool. It sounds different. It sounds advanced. It sounds futuristic. The way I see it, I'm going to stick with my regular phone. I would not spend money on this phone. I just plain out just would not. It would be a waste of money, and I don't know. I don't think it would be a good buy. You know, and if you're up for it, go ahead. But I don't think this phone would be a good buy for us daily phone users. It just wouldn't. Now, if you were all invested into Tesla and what it is and what it's going to be, and you're just all in on Tesla, go for it. If you want to put more money in Elon's pockets and Tesla, go for it. I'm not stopping you whatsoever. These are just my sole opinions. I just don't think it's going to be, you know. But yeah, Elon, man, crazy. Twitter, I hope you don't ruin it the way people are saying that you're going to ruin it. The Tesla Pi phone, it's a cool concept in theory. I see the direction of what you're trying to go for. The execution of it, you know, it's one of those things where highly debatable. I firmly believe that there's another way or something that, I don't know, something that can go wrong, man. There's a lot of iffy things about that phone. You know, why and how, you know, does it have connection to Mars? And why and how would you need it to be connected through your brain? And why would you need or want a microchip in your brain, right? I just and people that wonder, if the government listens to you and this and that, right? All these conspiracy theorists about, the government has 100% control in what you do and what you say and this and that, and they always look after you and always watch you and this and that. That is going to be like having a quote unquote big brother, right? The top dogs that watch you all the time. That's pretty much letting them live inside of your head, right? Controlling everything that you see, do, feel, think, etc. Right? They're in main control of everything that you do. So it's scary, but if you're a junkie for technology, by all means, knock yourself out. Be the test rat. Be the first in line for that phone. Be the first in line for that microchip. Be the first one in line to go to Mars, because this package is something that you guys will not be able to resist. I'm telling you that now. Crazy times, technology, crazy. Elon, Twitter, man, Twitter. Definitely like Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. What is you doing, baby? Go follow me on Twitter. What is you doing? All right. Well, that's all I have for today's episode. That was my little rant on Elon Musk and his ideas and his buyout plans and just everything Tesla related. It was fun. It was a fun episode. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. And yeah, make sure you go check out the store, guys. I'm telling you, 1 week left, 50% off right now. New designs. I kind of, personally, this is just my personal feelings. These new designs, man, killer. These are personally my favorite ones. Personally, I would get them all. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you guys got to do that. I'm not trying to pressure you guys into doing it. I'm just saying, personally, I would just grab one of everything because it's all just amazing. Look, if you haven't been on the store, there's aprons on there, right? And I would love an apron because I like to do a lot of baking. For those that don't know, I like to bake. Right, that's something that I find very relaxing for me to do and fun. And so I think an apron, because I get dirty too. I get like really dirty, so I got to make sure that I'm wearing like clothes that I know I'm going to be like getting dirty, because I don't want to wear anything too fancy. And I say that in quotes, like I don't want to be wearing like a t-shirt that I like while I'm baking, because what happens in that time where I'm baking? So I definitely want one of those aprons, because it just looks so cool, the design. But anyways, I am out. I love you guys. Midnight Lunatic signing out of the Midnight Lounge. And hey, it's about 5 minutes till midnight, so Midnight Crew is going. Midnight Lounge, almost midnight. Midnight Lunatic signing out. Once again, love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. And be safe, stay smart, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.